Hi and welcome to Millgap Farm. It's a beautiful day as always, in the middle of nowhere, convenient to pretty much nothing. It really truly is. If you're new to the channel, we are Virginia's only USDA certified organic maple syrup farm. We do a lot more than making maple syrup, but this time of the year, we do a lot of that work. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm working on my lines. You see I got a little line right here. I got some more lines down here. I'm basically replacing drops. But as I go through the woods, I find certain problems, like I'm going to show you right now, and I got to get them fixed. That problem is right up there behind me in a transition between 3/16 and 5/16. Let me explain. There we go. Oh boy. You can see two different size lines, a fat one and a skinny one. That's 3/16, that's 5/16. Most of our lines, or all of our lines, are 3/16. I believe we did a transition to 5/16 because originally there weren't a lot of fittings for 3/16. So we did a 5/16 fitting to the main line, which is going to work out in our favor because here in the near future, we're going to all 5/16 lines. That's going to be pretty cool. So I can continue to use my main lines. Now you can see there's the 3/16. It heads on uphill and it goes tree to tree to tree to tree. As it goes by each tree, we have a drop. This particular tree that I'm standing in front of is going to get 2 drops, but a squirrel chewed the 3/16 and the 5/16, so I'm going to replace that. And that's what I'm going to show you right now. All right, I am hopeful that this is not going to, my camera's not going to go far. Oh, boogers. I didn't bring my line. Oh, I got to climb back down. All right, I'll be right back. How did I do that? You know what? Let me see if I can put you in my thing here. All right, that might be a better place to have you. What we're going to do is connect to this right here with a drop. And the drop is this guy right here. Hold on. I am in a little tight spot. Here we go. So we're going to use our two-handed tool to make this adventure happen. And what we're doing is we're putting on the transition first. So to do this transition, it sometimes does not want to stick. Now, all right, sometimes I gotta open it up a little bit. There we go. Now, we're gonna put the other side in. We're going from 3/16 to 5/16. A little bit of juice. This is just distilled water. Now, with that being there, I should be able to put this thing on my, let me see where you guys can see that. There, can you see that? There we go. All right, so now we're just gonna press it together. And when we say we do that, it's not as easy as it looks. There we go. All right, it's all the way up. Now, something kind of cool, this has a flat hook on it, and it's designed to sit just like that. So it puts a little tension on it. What we're gonna do now, let me see. I'm gonna put my tool on here, and we're gonna put these two guys together. And again, this is a little tight. This is tight for sure. Let me see what we got. I want to be about right there. Okay. Now, what I do know is that I only need this much. So this little guy right here, I don't need that. What I am going to need, let me get this, my cutter back in. Now, ouch. It'll be the first time I got cut with that razor blade this year. Now, that, my friend, could end up not good. Let me explain. If I'm not careful, what could happen is if I'm not holding it, this is not connected. Once I cut this, boom, it's going that way very, very quickly. Here we go. Now, make sure I'm in. I'm not really in yet. I'm kind of in. It's going to be tough. Here we go. So I'm going to hold on to it, which I am. I'm holding it. And while I'm holding, boom, now we're connected. So that's a dead at this point. I don't necessarily need this, but I don't know that I can get it out of my way either. Let's get this guy, which is the drop, and we're gonna grab that thing. It's not wanting to work with me right now. I work very slowly when I have my line open like this. And the reason I do, if I hit either one of these two, the problem we're gonna face is it's gonna release, and that line is gonna go shooting up the hill. And that in itself is a big, big problem. We don't want that to happen. So here we go. Nope, not quite there. Now, I got them both started, and now I'm gonna make sure everything's good. Push. Okay, we're good. Since we're good, boom, boom, we can let go. Set this down, always put your tool up. Now this drop is installed, and that's what it needs to be. Now the next thing we need to do is get this line off. And I just repaired it last year. I know that because I always have to repair this one. You see how chewed up it is. There's most likely a hole in there. So instead of waiting to the end of the season or beginning of the season, we're gonna go ahead and fix that now. And the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna take a razor blade and we're gonna cut right here. And what I'm doing is I'm scoring it. I'm not cutting really hard. And the reason I'm not cutting hard is that if you push down too hard and you hit one of those barbs with that knife, you'll create what we call a micro leak. And that leak will cause a problem for the whole line. We don't want that. I do want it to come off though. And I'm not feeling any love. Might have to do a little more rubbing. I like to have a brand new blade when I'm playing this game. And I'm just taking it across nice and gingerly. I'm not pushing down hard at all. Yeah. Here we go. And here I can push down hard, not a problem. But the other side, I really don't want to do that. All right. I can see it starting to split right there. Again, I don't really want to push on it too hard. There. I'm trying to work with my fingers so I don't get a leak in this thing. You can see it. I also do not want to bend that barb. Not that that barb's going to come off, but I just don't want to risk it. Okay, you can see it starting to stretch a little bit. It'll pop right off in a second. There we go. Now, something you don't see every day are these barbs. They're actually plastic welded to the main line right here. Now, I'll pick that up in a minute. Now, I want this to be at about that length there. I don't want much more than that because I don't want it to go up and cause a problem. So I'm going to set it just like that. Let me see something. Yeah. No, I don't like that. I like that better. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so that's where I want to set it. Now I can cut it. I'm using my single-handed tool. It's got a pair of cutters on it. I went a little bit longer. I'm fine with going just a little bit longer and cutting it again if I have to. I'll take that. That looks pretty good. And put my cutters back in their spot, but I'm going to drop and lose them. Let me drop and lose them anyway. All right. Now, what we're going to do is put a little water on it. That's why I carry the bottle. And watch this. All right. So, in order to do this, I'm going to wiggle. And you can say it. Say it with me now. Wiggle it just a little bit. Here we go. There's two barbs. Keep wiggling. I know. I put that song in your head. I'm so sorry. There we go. That line is where it needs to be. This one has not been chewed on. I'm all good. The transition is fixed. The drop is in. This line is complete. Squirrels are a big problem in our woods, as are bears. Squirrels will just nip it, and they got razor sharp teeth. And so sometimes you can't see that leak until we get some water, meaning the sap running. Once it starts moving, we get that column of water, we can find the bubbles. I got some videos on that if you want to check it out. Look right up there at the playlist for maple syrup. We've got all sorts of videos about maple syrup. Of course, we have other videos as well. But if you want to learn more about line maintenance and what's going on there, check out that playlist. All right, that repair is done, and it looks pretty good, at least until a squirrel gets it again. At this point in my day, it's time to head on down, get some other stuff done on the farm. I'd like to spend the next 2 to 3 hours in the woods, and if Emily were here, I probably would do just that. We've got a friend coming over from Hidden Springs Homestead who wants to borrow one of our rams. So we're gonna pimp out a ram. It's gonna be kind of cool. I don't know if he's gonna do a video on it, but if he does, I'll be sure to link it in the bottom of this video because he does some great videos, that's for sure. If you look up this way, you'll see the trees down. That's where the line splits and heads up to the top of the mountain. From that line, this direction, everything is done. That line over a little bit, I've got maybe 10 laterals that I've got to do, and that's going to take me a little while. One, because the trees on some of the main line, but also there's trees down in there, and there's lots and lots of sticker bushes. I've got a couple lines in there that I've got to rework completely, meaning put the 5/16 right here, or the 3/16 rather, put the 3/16 line in. We're going to see how that's going to go. That's probably going to take me at least a day to get that section done. And then I'm working this section behind me. I call it the bowl. It's right down below here. We're going to work the bowl, head all the way north on the farm, and then we got to do tippy top from the top all the way down. I think we've probably got 4 to 8 days left in the woods. I'm thinking in my head, ooh, how much we got? We got quite a bit. But at any rate, we'll get it all done. I know that that's going to happen. God's going to take care of us for sure. Now I'm going to head on back down. Thanks a lot for taking time out of your day to watch our videos because we really do appreciate it. We hope you're enjoying them as much as we enjoy making them for you because we really do. We love sharing what God's done for us with you. Do consider giving us a thumbs up. Love to hear from you. Where do you live? Where are you watching from? Are you watching on a phone? You watching on desktop? Let me know. I'm kind of curious. Thanks a lot again for watching. And until next time, God bless you. Whoa! Holy crud, almost fell over. Oh my gosh. All right. So a big part of why I got to finish the video is the fact I've got some sheep out. So I got to go find them and get them back in. Hi, and welcome to Milgat Farms. It's an unusual day on the farm, that's for sure. This is going to be a short video. I'm helping one of my friends with a ram, and I told him I'd be glad to pimp him out. So he got me a suit. We're going to do a video. So let's see what's going to happen.